And now, welcome to the Heels and Quads Wrestling Podcast.
The show must go on, but things must go wrong.
Is what weirds me out a little bit.
It's that I think that's doing it to me too.
I can't tell if it's sexual.
You are nothing to me. You are nothing to me.
Hulk,
And then he tells Hulk, "Do
I
something."
used you, Brooke.
Yeah.
I screwed
you. Yeah. You know, if he says something wrong to me, I'm gonna go, "Look, dude, I'm in a big league him."
Look, dude. Do you know who I am, and do you know how much money I've made doing it?
Yeah. And everybody's just having a good old fucking time here. They're having a great time at That's the Beach.
Because it was free.
Yeah.
Like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, maybe
He
another
does it
one,
like
Terry.
3
He
or
does
4
it.
more
Yeah,
times.
right. Well, I mean, it's the atomic electron.
Wrestling is so fucking stupid, dude. God, I love it. Yeah, now. Welcome, everybody, to the Heels and Quads Wrestling Podcast, presented to you by the Slash and Cast Podcast Network. As we said last week, that is our new home, the Slash and Cast Network. We might be a wrestling show, but we also like horror, and they like wrestling, so it all goes together. I'm Levi, with my friend Tommy here.
That's me.
Friend Tommy.
When you're down in the dumps and you need something to bring you when you really won't get ripped, when you won't get going, there's only one trick gonna do it for you, people. You know there's only one trick that's gonna do it for you. There's only one trick gonna do it for you. Only one trick gonna do it for you, people. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Coach!
That all started 2 years ago, probably today.
Today's the 31st. All in was the first.
Yeah. So, the day before was the beginning of the end of our friendship.
It was the beginning. Yeah, it was the beginning then. Actually, it was, it was and I woke up that morning in the hotel to get a text that my wife's brother's boyfriend died because he's into the older older guys. So and I get like my phone is blowing up. We're laying in the hotel. Of course, we went to bed 3 hours before that.
Yeah.
And I wake up. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like reading it. And it's like Mike's dead. And I'm like, what? And I have to like open. And then I start getting calls. And I'm like, yeah, damn. I'm like, I'm in Chicago. I kind of felt like we were wrestlers on the road. And you get a text that somebody had passed away or just some kind of event happened.
And we were
on the road. You're in Chicago, yeah. But anyways, that was tomorrow morning 2 years ago. Today is the 31st, so we were starcasting it.
We were getting ready to set up our table about this time.
Oh yeah, because today was Friday. Yes,
we were hating our life.
Well, later in the day, not just yet. Yeah. Right now, we were excited.
We were excited, and we were probably a little nervous because we didn't know what the fuck was going on because nobody did. But we'll talk about that more in the main event. We didn't realize
how many interviews we weren't going to get. Yeah.
All right, so
but let's see, it's 8.
Oh, it's 8:15. 8:16.
It's 8:16 in the morning. So yeah, I was just going to say that's about the time we were heading to the hotel. But in real time right now, last night was WWE PayBack. Let me bring up that card real quick. I don't think either of us watched it, but as usual, we'll talk about it. We'll chat.
You don't have to watch WWE to know what's going on.
Yeah, this was and we would have said something last week, but I just realized when the show ended or like a couple days later that Payback was literally the week after SummerSlam, which is a little strange.
Makes no sense whatsoever. It's almost like they knew that Roman was going to come back at SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's like wrestling's fixed or something. I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder. I'm beginning to wonder if wrestling is fixed.
Yeah, Vegas has got their hand in it. It's rigged.
there was 7 matches on the actual card and 1 match on the pre-show. And the longest match was, oh my God, it was 16 minutes. The longest match was Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio defeating Seth Rollins and Bud Murphy. Oh, wait, he's just Murphy. Sorry. It's not Buddy.
Not Buddy.
It's just Murphy.
Just Murph. It's going to be Murph next week. Oh.
Yeah, it'll be, and then it'll just be Murr.
Then it'll be M. It'll be Big M.
Yep.
Or Lil M.
And then it'll be N because they'll just shorten the M. And then it'll be I, and then it'll be in the Indies.
Yeah.
So
formerly FKA.
FKA Murphy Bud. Is somebody cracking a beer this early? What was that?
Amanda just opened a Coke.
Oh.
It's way too early for a beer.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. For me.
For anybody.
Yeah. On the pre-show, the Riot Squad defeated the Iconics in 9 minutes. And then on the actual show, we start out with Bobby Lashley defeating Apollo Crews to win. He beat him by submission to win the United States Championship in 9.5 minutes. I feel like that program's been going a little long now. It's just like, yeah, I don't know.
It should be over now. Move on.
Well, they'll roll the Survivor Series. Big E defeated Sheamus in 12 minutes and 20 seconds. That match I was actually kind of interested in. I want to watch that just to see. I don't know, like the card's kind of interesting in a way, in a weird way.
Yeah.
Matt Riddle defeated King Corbin in 10 minutes and 55 seconds. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax defeated Bayley and Sasha Banks by submission. I heard that they did a double submission to win the women's tag titles.
I saw a clip of it. It was pretty cool, actually.
Keith Lee defeated Randy Orton in 6 minutes and 40 seconds. I was really curious about this one because they called up Keith Lee, and my first thought was, okay, if Randy's going over, then that's just going to immediately kill his steam he had going.
Yeah. And
apparently he beat him clean in less than 10 minutes. That's kind of crazy. So I feel like Keith Lee is someone that even Vince is like, Jesus, pal, look at him.
Yeah.
He can move.
Let's push him to the moon, pal.
We're going to have him beat Drew.
A lot of people last week when he debuted were kind of upset because they changed his music. His gear's different. They're like, oh, they're going to bury Keith Lee. And I was like, give it some time, and he didn't even need a full week, 6 days later, he's beating Randy Orton clean in the middle of the ring. So
after the one night build on Raw.
Yeah, I think we can put that to bed now.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to get some sort of, I would like to see some more people on SmackDown because SmackDown is just, I will say this last week I was kind of interested in it. Like with Roman supposedly turning heel and all that. Yeah. Like I'm into that. If he's going to be a heel now, I can get down with that, man. That's the thing. I feel like it needed to happen. They finally did it. And it's a good time to do it. They brought him back after some time and he comes back and he's a heel. And see, the thing is, as a heel Roman, like his script is easy. You fans never got behind me when I was on your side, so now I'm done with you. Like it's so easy.
Cheap heat.
Seriously. I mean, because like it's just obvious that it never worked, and he knows that, so he turned on the fans. There you go. But they won't write it that way.
No.
Because he wrecks everyone and leaves. And as I said earlier, Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio defeated Seth Rollins and Murphy. Longest match on the card, 16 minutes. And then Roman Reigns defeated The Fiend and Braun Strowman. No-holds-barred triple threat match for the Universal title in 12 minutes and 46 seconds. Apparently, Braun and Bray started fighting.
The bell rang.
Broke the ring. Yeah. They broke the ring, and then Roman comes out and signs the contract and goes in, spears Braun, and wins. And that was I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. Yeah. So, it was a way to get the belt back on him because did he vacate it or did I don't know.
No, he was supposed to wrestle Goldberg at WrestleMania for the title.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he decided to stay home because of COVID.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
But this isn't – I mean, they did it right by having him pin Braun and not The Fiend. Because then you can still do a continuation of the feud with The Fiend and Roman. And The Fiend's not buried. He still looks strong because he didn't eat the pinfall. So
exactly. Yep. So that's Payback. Yeah, like I said, I'm into Roman Reigns if he's a heel right now. I'm cool with that. I'd like to see.
They're doing Clash of the Champions for September.
Is that next week?
It's like it's today. It's on Raw. No, I think it's the 20th, I believe.
Okay, let me look at that real quick. It is Clash of the Champions. September 27th.
Okay. Well, I've seen both. I saw graphics for the 27th and the 20th. So.
Oh yeah, I believe it is the 27th. They talked about that on the little clip I listened to this morning.
On Meltzer.
Yeah, Meltzer was saying that it's actually the 27th or something. After listening to so much 83 Weeks, like when I hear him talk, I'm just like, oh man, like Bischoff just fucking hates him. But he doesn't. I don't hate him. Him and his, he always calls it verbal diarrhea. It's this verbal diarrhea coming out. It's just, he's just talking about stuff. He's filling his words in his 3,000 words yesterday. God, man. I want to see Bischoff versus Meltzer and Brian Alvarez on a pole match.
And Bischoff has to wear his karate gi.
Oh, of course. Bischoff only wears karate gear in the ring.
The funniest thing, though, about it when he goes off on him is, like, he'll turn it around then, and he'll be like, well, I mean, I'm not trying to, like, bury his job because he does his job and he makes money. So I can't ever put anybody down for making money. But
he's a piece of shit.
But he's a little bitch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he does call him a little bitch, too. That's even better. I like that. But anyways, yeah, that's that as far as Payback goes. Dynamite was pretty solid this week. I will say, because I haven't watched BTE in a while, the lawnmower thing with the Dark Order, I didn't really understand it, but then I watched one of their clips, and like I agreed with what Alvarez said. He said that if you're not watching BTE, you don't really understand. So I think they should probably make sure the whole audience understands. And that's not just because of me, because there's definitely more other people that were confused too.
I've noticed the last few weeks, though, on Dynamite, they have mentioned, hey, make sure you're watching Being the Elite every Monday because they carry a lot of the storylines on that show. And, I mean, it makes sense. And like we talked about even before AEW started, when it was still kind of building up to it, it was, their core fan base is the people that watch BTE every week. Yeah. So, and I mean, like I texted you, I said, dude, you have to start watching Being the Elite again because Brody Lee's fucking hilarious on that show.
Oh, yeah.
He's so good on it. And, but yeah,
Brody's good in general.
Yeah, he is. The lawnmower thing, it's funny. I'm still curious to see if this Sammy Guevara and Matt Hardy feud continues. I feel like it has to. Maybe they do something at All Out.
I feel like they have to, but they did do a tables match on Dynamite. You know? That's kind of like, you figure that would have been the rubber match. Well, I don't know, because I think they've only had 2 matches.
Yeah, the only logical thing now is to do a cage.
That would be great. Or a ladder match.
Or a ladder match.
Whatever.
But then what do you do for the ladder? What are you looking for?
I don't know. Guevara got Wrestler of the Week, though.
I saw that.
AEW. That's pretty cool. Let's see. All Out. I looked at the card last night because I saw their post, and it said they have a
Did you see
stacked
the clip
card.
where Hangman is now officially out of the Elite?
Yes, I did watch that, where the Bucks were like, you're out of the Elite. Yeah. Or Matt says it. So I think that's going to carry over into All Out, and that's what we've been talking about for weeks now. Will probably
Hangman
happen.
and Omega have to drop the titles at All Out.
Yeah, I think that has to happen, especially because there hasn't been a lot of – they've been defending it on Dynamite and stuff, but they haven't – give it to FTR, man. They're with Tully. Yeah. They're over. People are super excited. And also I feel like AEW is just going to do them right and be like, we're going to put the belts on you guys and let you guys showcase what a tag team you are because you didn't get to do it over there up north. So, yeah, let's see, there was that. Jericho and what's his name? Orange Cassidy brawled. Thunder Rosa, of course, that nothing really happened with that this week, but they have their match.
Yeah, I think they just played like a promo for the match, like a build type of thing. This week it's going to be Private Party and QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes versus the Bucks and Jurassic Express. The winning team faces each other at All Out.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So,
that's what that TBD versus TBD tag match is.
So I'm assuming that it's going to be the Bucks and Jurassic Express at All Out. Because it's going to be hard to keep the Bucks off the pay-per-view. With Cody already off. He's going to be off for a couple of months, it seems like now.
Yeah. So the card doesn't change too much, but we got the tag match you just talked about. We got the Dark Order, Brody Lee, Colt Cabana, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson versus Matt Cardona, Scorpio Sky, and the Natural Nightmares, Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall. The 21-man Casino Battle Royale winner gets the title shot. Darby Allin versus Lance Archer versus Brian Cage versus Ricky Starks, Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix, The Butcher and the Blade, Eddie Kingston versus TBD. That's not 21 people, but yeah, we'll get other randos in there
and we'll
too.
get surprises, I'm sure.
Yeah, Billy Gunn, he'll roll up,
and he'll be in the final two because he's a giant.
Yep,
it'll come down to Billy Gunn and Lance Archer. I'm calling it right now.
Didn't All Out last year come down to Billy Gunn and someone else big, or something like that? I think
so. He was in like the top four or the final four.
Sheeta versus Thunder Rosa. I'm definitely excited for that match. Kenny Omega and Hangman versus FTR for the AEW tag titles.
That's gonna be so good.
And actually that one's a good clash of styles too. I'm excited for that because it's Kenny and Hangman's kind of, they move around a little bit more than like the old school Cash and Dax do. They have that old school wrestling style versus Kenny flies around, does crazy shit. Hangman does fairly crazy stuff, but he's also a big dude, so he kind of also has that Southern style in a way.
That old school.
Yeah. So I am definitely looking forward to that one. And then Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy in a Mimosa Mayhem match. And Moxley versus MJF for the AEW World title. Moxley can't use the paradigm shift, so I assume we'll see some sort of new finisher or submission from Moxley. Didn't he tap Brody Lee at Double or Nothing? I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
So we might see that same thing. There's only 7 matches on the card. I feel like we're going to have another 2 or so added this week.
Or they'll just be really long matches.
This week. Yeah.
Which, I mean, the card you said, I'm fine with. That's enough. But we should have a Brody Lee defense.
I think, that's necessary. The TNT title being on there. And then I would throw in another, maybe just a rando 5-minute little popcorn match or something.
Thanks, ESPN, for the update.
Do.
I did my fantasy football draft Saturday.
I got to figure out if I'm doing mine or not.
I know. I actually didn't know until Saturday
if you were going to play.
My friend Cameron, he texted me. He's like, "Hey, you're on the clock," and I'm like, "What?"
Oh shit!
So I had to re-download. I had to re-download the app and everything, but I had the number 1 pick, and in 18 years we've been playing in the same league.
Who'd you take number 1?
Christian McCaffrey. Smart choice.
He's probably number 1. He was number 1.
Yeah, okay. I was like, he's sitting there. I've got the number 1 pick. I got to take the guy that's projected to have the most points. My second pick,
he's 40 points a fucking game. That guy.
My second pick was Patrick Mahomes because he's still sitting there, and I'm like, that's an easy fucking. And I've had a lot of QB problems the last few years in my fantasy league. So
it's tough taking a QB early, but Mahomes, he went first. He went first round in my last year.
Well, I mean, he's like a receiver or running back because the Chiefs score 50
he does it
points
all,
a game.
man.
So
yeah, he kills it, man.
So
yeah, I gotta get my work league together. Yeah, I know. I need to figure it out.
We've got we're a week and a half away from the first game because it'll be next Thursday.
I think it says September 10th or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it kicks off Thursday night. That's
Thursday
right.
night,
That's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like the weekend for some
I'm
reason.
just happy we
September
didn't
13th.
have preseason games. I'm glad they finally got rid of that.
It's just rough because like you want to get into it, but you're like it doesn't matter.
Well, the only thing that matters is if you're like a diehard to one team like me.
Yeah.
You want to see those guys that are on the the edge of getting cut or making the team. So that makes sense. That's the only reason to watch the preseason games. But the Jets, luckily, they have a YouTube channel and they play like these specials every week called One Jets Drive. And you kind of get to see all that. It's almost like Hard Knocks, but without the swearing and stuff. So anyways.
So
football talk.
Kenny Omega made a little appearance at SmackDown. That was kind of cool to see.
So do you think it was really him or do you think it was somebody fucking with him?
I don't know because he responded in a way that he left it open. Like, I was just trying to chill. Like, so maybe it was him. Somebody put a picture of him up and yeah. So I don't know.
He's just going with it.
And also I think Kevin Dunn and them would have probably not let it happen had they noticed.
They would have been like, that seems like somebody.
We can't do that. He didn't sign with us. Oh, and yeah, and this week and I believe it's this week on NXT, is the 4-way 60-minute Iron Man match for the NXT title. That one I might have to watch, dude. Finn Balor, Adam Cole, Tommaso Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano. That's a fucking good match waiting to happen, man. For an hour.
Big time.
Oh
yeah.
But we've never seen a 4-way Iron Man match, though. We've seen tag team Iron Man, I think.
I don't even know if we've seen that.
I don't know. That's going to be interesting. So I'm assuming that'll be the last hour of the show.
Yeah.
From 8 to 9 or whatever.
And that'll probably get them the win for the week.
I think so.
It's going to be hard to. The only thing I can think of is that it's the go home to All Out, but. Oof.
But then they might not even be worried about it because they have All Out this weekend. They're more focused on that than they are TV, maybe. So, I think everybody, like the ratings, as you can see, the ratings for NXT and AEW are much lower, and we also live in a different time today. So maybe 800,000 or 600, 800,000 views on the show every week. Maybe that's actually not bad for some random wrestling show in 2020.
I mean, that's usually like the first night. That's live, and then the little bit of DVR watching that goes on, late that night and early that morning. It's not like it's the full week because sometimes people like us, we're behind. Sometimes
we don't even see it till Saturday or something.
Like I didn't watch Dynamite until yesterday. So,
yeah, and I watched the YouTube clips. So, I mean, there's got to be a lot of people that aren't factored in that. I feel like it's probably safe to say NXT and AEW are probably more so like 1 million, just with all the, like you said, the stuff like you said. Yeah,
people watching it late. Yeah.
I wish they would get AEW on Hulu or something, man, because I like watching it in full. The clips on YouTube are good though because they're just bullet points and I don't have to watch the whole show. But I do like to watch the matches because they're all good. Yeah,
and the little bit of backstage stuff that you see on Dynamite is usually pretty good, like the Hangman bit, But that was so important they had to clip that out.
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal.